Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ATR's War Bedlam Media's premier wrestling podcast covering AEW to WWE. I am Sam the SLB, future governor of NXT and co-host of ATR's War, ATR Risen's son. Alongside me today is the man behind X Wrestling's Nostradamus, Scott.
Well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got some Halloween Havoc to talk about, and we also have some misinformation that's going out there about some stuff. So we'll chat about that as well.
Misinformation Madness 26 coming to you at the Superdome. Also joining us is rounding out the cast. Join us once again, the sabbatical shredmaster, the man with all the stats, John the Stat Man.
Hey everyone, welcome to the home studio. I'm Stevie Richards, and we're happy to have you here today.
Oh man, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And let us begin. Let's start off quickly with, this weekend, don't forget, Scott will be live streaming Saturday night's main event, or as we like to call it here, Saturday night's main commercial.
Yep. We'll have that, and then we'll be back again on December 13th for John Cena's last ever wrestling show or match, or who knows. We'll see what happens, but yeah, it's always a good time. So stop on by.
I'm wondering, it's funny you bring that up. I wonder if that lines up with Final Bedlam.
Ooh, that's true.
That'd be a good Final Bedlam topic.
That would be. I like that. Good idea.
Yep. So it's my favorite show. Always my favorite show of the year.
Me too.
Or one of them at least. So yeah, Scott will be on there. John might hop in. Maybe Ethan. It gets some traction. It does get some traction. So feel free to join along. Halloween Havoc just happened this past weekend. I'm going to run through the results really quickly. Rapid fire Pokemon style. Javon Evans and Leon Slater defeated Mr. Iguana and La Parca. Ethan Page defeated El Hijo del too long of a name for the North American title. Blake Monroe defeated Zarya for the women's North American title. Tatum Paxley defeated JC Jane for the women's championship. Dark State defeated the Broken Hardys for the NXT tag titles. Ricky Saints defends the NXT title against Trick Williams. And you know what? Because Ethan, our boy, is on assignment, as we like to say, I'm going to read his ratings for this. The number you have dialed is not in service. The NXT TNA AAA 7 out of 10, North American title 7 out of 10, Women's North American title 6 out of 10, Women's title match 6 out of 10, NXT tag title 6 out of 10, and the NXT title match 7 out of 10.
So no Ethan picks, but some solid matches.
And it was definitely 10 out of 10 because I didn't watch it and I still won.
Yeah, well, anyways, so water is wet yet again. God damn it! Every single time, I'm not gonna get on a tangent about this. Every goddamn time, every year, that's what happens. But anyways, Ethan's right. The matches were solid, but nothing really jumped out. I know a lot of people were kind of anticipating the turn with Soul and Zarya, but not yet. I assume we're going to wait until Soul is fully healed, and then maybe the turn will happen. I don't know. Tatum Paxley winning the women's title was a nice surprise. She's, like she said, she's been there for 4 years. She's definitely put in her time. She's had a lot of unfortunate things happen around her. A lot of groups and a lot of friends of hers that have been let go, like halfway through something that they're doing together. So it's been a lot of unfortunate events, but she finally gets the big one. So I was pretty happy for her. I was very happy to take the L on that one. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I'm still gonna watch it. John, did you watch Halloween Havoc at all?
I did not. No, not much to say about it. I just saw what was happening afterwards. I think there was a surprise. Yeah, a surprise with the women's title, as I think Scott said. Mm-hmm. There was a big surprise of the night. Yeah.
I was surprised because I know usually Halloween Havoc, they've definitely built it up to be one of their bigger NXT shows, especially reigniting it from, what WCW used to deal with it. So, kind of freeform this episode because we have a couple of different topics. And I'm going to let you two figure out where we want to start here because they kind of go hand in hand.
Yep.
And especially how we here at Bedlam Media and Above the Ring like to sift through what I like to call the bullshit.
There's plenty of it out there.
Yeah, there's some these two topics we're gonna discuss are full of it apparently.
Yeah, so I don't know. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with the NWA Juggalo Championship Wrestling stuff, or do we want to start with the Mike Rotunda stuff?
I feel like the Mike Rotunda stuff would be quicker to get through.
All right.
So that's my vote, anyways.
All right, well, let's start there. All right, so if you guys live under a rock in the wrestling community, legendary Irvin R. Shyster, IRS, Mike Rotunda, the father of the late, great Bray Wyatt, it was posted that he was in hospice this week at 67 years old. Everyone from TMZ, which, despite what people say about TMZ, John, I said this a long time ago, despite their ethics, if TMZ drops it, it's like 100% true.
Right.
Like, you know, it's almost like, it's borderline like John Lennon stuff where it's like, oh, there's a guy named John Lennon here dead in the hospital. It's John Lennon, you know, of the Beatles. Borderline that. So even they had mentioned it. New York Post, E! News, Entertainment Weekly, all had mentioned this. He was in hospice from what? Let me just read the article, the initial article, because then if John or you have the opposing article.
Yep.
Barry Windham. That's why. Yeah, Barry Windham. In hospice. It's kind of, this is off of TMZ, the TMZ article. It's kind of tough right now. Windham said Mike's in hospice right now. Wyndham's sister. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. This really doesn't tell you bullshit. So pretty much this went around. And I think, was it earlier today? Yesterday? I don't know if one of you two want to finish this for me.
So, go ahead, John.
Okay. so Barry Windham, former tag team partner, brother-in-law to Mike Rotunda, IRS, dropped the news, the very surprising news that he was apparently in hospice over some sort of, nobody really knew what had been wrong. It came as quite a surprise. And it was today, as we're recording this, that Mike Rotunda's daughter, Micah Rotunda, I'll say his daughter just going forward so there's no confusion because that sounds very similar. So she issued a public statement, I think on her ex, probably, that that her father is not in hospice, but he's actually in a rehabilitation center he had apparently a massive heart attack a while back, so he's recovering from that. So she just wanted to provide clarification that the information regarding him in hospice was actually inaccurate.
Yeah, it shows that he had the heart attack on the 20th of September, was in a coma for a week, and then spent over a month in the hospital. So now he's transitioned out of the hospital to the rehabilitation center. And Barry probably obviously just misspoke and said that he was in the hospice, because most people, when you say hospice, it's like, all right, he's getting ready to go. But thankfully that's not the point, or that's not what's happening here. So, but it's kind of crazy that one person says it, or like Sam had said, normally when you have someone like TMZ, yeah, you may not like how they get the job done, but if they're reporting something 99% of the time, it's 100% true. And you kind of go off from there. So I'm glad that, at this point, Mike's doing fine. He's not fine, but he's recovering. So.
Yeah, so that's going to lead us to article number 2, which I think there's a lot of things going on right now. And we've noticed it a lot. I will say here, every so often we come across something, we mention it, and we correct ourselves.
Yep.
I'm very weary. We are very weary on our sources. We choose from only certain people. So the article I have is from Yahoo Sports. NWA star reacts to Vince Russo using the company for promotional tactic. So we were talking about this yesterday, where Vince Russo had signed with NWA to be a writer. And I made the joke yesterday or Monday. I'm like, oh, which way, Western Man? Attitude Era? WCW 2000. It's your choice.
Yep.
In some way, we still get that choice, but in a way, really bizarre way. So rumor had it that he had signed on to MWA to do some writing. From my understanding, I'm going off of this article in Yahoo Sports, after rumors of him potentially joining NWA as a writer surfaced online, Vince Russo refuted those claims, revealing that he is now an investor at Juggalo Championship Wrestling, a promotion owned by, obviously, ICP, and saying Clown Posse. Did Vince Russo say this, or where did the original rumor start?
So what happened was I've seen the clip. He explicitly mentioned NWA with one of his millions of podcasts. I don't remember which one, with his co-host Mike something or other or whatever. I've seen the clip, and Mike mentioned. I'm just paraphrasing here because I don't remember it off the top of my head. But he said, "Oh yeah, and I heard you're going to go sign with NWA and or maybe MLW." And Vince Russo, he explicitly says it, maybe in a facetious way. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's right. That's right." So I think that's where it started. That he explicitly, kind of no, he didn't allude to it. He straight out said, like, "Yeah, that's what's going on." And then I think what didn't help matters is that Uncle Dave ran with it, and he just wrote about it immediately. And I mean, the only thing that I would agree with Dave Meltzer on this is that, I mean, if he were to start writing with NWA, it's not like that'd be like a game changer, because the NWA is not very relevant these days, sadly.
Exactly. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that to be like derogatory towards them, but I mean, people kind of like don't really know where they're at right now. Are they on YouTube or are they on Roku? I've heard. I don't even know where they're at right now.
They were on CW for a hot minute before NXT.
Yeah.
Over.
Yep.
And I would argue, not to say that the brand is bad. I mean, if you have a lot of extra time and you're looking for other stuff, NWA is just fun to. It is fun to watch. I would argue before COVID, when NWA brought Power in, you watch that first season of Power, and Scott and I, I think this was when everything was on fire. So NXT was on fire. AEW came to the show. That was on fire. NWA goes on Tuesdays at 6:15 Turner time. We're going to have an hour show on YouTube. Yep. And Scott and I, every Tuesday, we were just like on board. We're like, yeah. And you know what? Interestingly enough, I know we repeat this all the time, but that first season, who did it have? Thunder Rosa. It had Ricky Starks. It had Eddie Kingston.
Nick Aldis,
yeah. That's the big one. Yeah.
It had who's the guy from WWE that's still there?
Oh God.
He plays the actor. He's supposed to be the actor. He was the manager of The Question.
Oh, Damian Sandow.
Yeah, Damian Sandow.
Whatever, that was his WWE name, but yeah.
Oh, the Miz stunt double, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and he does a really good job. He's still there, and he's great. Yeah. But yeah, it is upsetting that they don't regardless.
Somehow Vince Russo, he managed to do worse than that.
He's going to JCW,
which I didn't even know was a thing. Have either of you guys heard of this promotion?
I have, actually.
Yeah, the Juggalos have been around. JCW's been around for years.
Yeah.
Oh, dear
and actually,
God.
do you remember the game Backyard Wrestling for the PS2?
Yeah.
that game used a lot of talent from them back in the day.
Wow.
And it's interesting because I've never watched it. I've never been able to come across it. I don't know how you watch it if you're not there.
It's probably on. What's the name? I want to say not Thriller TV, but Triller TV or something. But there is an indie wrestling like dedicated channel that has
Slam TV.
There it is. Yeah, it's one of them. But actually, one of my friends, I guess I'll call him friend. He when I lived in Massachusetts, he's one of the professional wrestlers that I got to know when I was down there going to a lot of the indie shows, and he's a huge like Insane Clown Posse fan. So like one of his dreams was to go there because he loved them so much, to be invited to their shows, because they have one that's like a huge like battle royal, or Royal Rumble-esque type thing, and he's been able to go the last few years, so it's been funny to see that. And when I saw this happening, I was gonna write him and ask him about it, but then I'm like, let's do the show first and see what happens. And then we find out all this is bullshit. So I'm like, oh, screw it.
So I don't know how long they've been. They started doing so 24. They came back. I see a lot of gaps. Their show's called Lunacy, and it's actually on YouTube. And they do an occasional pay-per-view on Triller. Hold on, we're going into a deep dive here because now we never do this, and we're so usually we got things to talk about, but we left this so open.
We're gonna watch something, aren't we?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
You want to get sued by the Juggalo.
Copyright strike.
Yeah, episode 54, 5 days ago, hour and 30 minutes. Juggalo Championship Wrestling, Lunacy, episode 54.
I guess. All right, I'll watch for my own sick curiosity.
1 year ago, episode 54. Yeah. So I'm gonna send this to you guys, and I'm gonna send it to the group where Ethan's not gonna have any context.
That's right.
Ask him for his picks.
We have our homework assignment for next week.
Hold on. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What'd you do? I made my parents watch Juggalo Championship Wrestling while they were down.
And then next week we can answer the question of, will Vince Russo make this better?
Oh, God.
Hold on. I'm texting now. We need your picks. So, yeah, I guess it's come back, or it never was gone. I don't know. But so you bring up the Battle Royale, and I don't know if you guys had seen it. Oh, where's the title? Ricky Morton. Ricky Morton won their Battle Royale Championship. Did you see that video?
I did not.
No.
But
it is the biggest. Yeah. And hold on, we're gonna do something we've never done on the show, and it's the Hear Your Screen segment.
Oh no!
I had a feeling.
Okay, I'm just gonna get my computer going here, and I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on. Okay.
See, this is why you guys should watch on Spotify, where you can actually see the video of us being absolute maniacs.
Window. All right, I'm going to use DuckDuckGo because that's what I've been using because it uses less brain power. Everyone can see my screen, right?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, so we're going to go GCW Battle Royale.
Or JCW, yeah.
Battle Royale Championship. All right. Man, this is exciting. We've never done this before.
I can hear it next week now. Violent J versus Shaggy 2 Dope Ethan Pick.
So here is the belt. All right. Now I need the photo of Ricky Morton. Hold on. I might have to go to a different browser because it makes it so difficult.
No, there it is.
Yes, but I need to clarify something here. I don't know if you can see in this photo. This is him holding the belt.
Maybe if it loads.
Well, okay.
There
Look
it is.
at that is not photoshopped.
Nope. That
That-
belt
Oh my
looks humongous.
god.
There is a video, I will send it to you guys, where he's wearing it, and it's like from like here to like here on him.
Oh, so it's the freaking Crown Jewel Championship,
But worse.
but
Oh.
worse.
Wait a minute. The two guys in ICP run this promo. I was kidding.
No, they really are.
Yeah.
I was joking.
Yeah. No, they really
Yes.
were. It's the same guys that
Oh.
were in WWE, like during the
Oh.
what was the late Attitude Era.
Oh my god. All right.
John learned something new today.
Yeah. I will send you the video of him wearing the belt. It was just like when I saw this video, I was like, bro.
Oh, they're having an event on Friday on Hollow Wicked.
So by the time this the day this drops on Halloween Friday, they will be having their own show that night. And
Yep.
Sam
Damn,
looks like he's heading to heaven right now with the glare.
That was funny.
Where's the video? There was a video of him walking out with this. Regardless, so yes, this is legit. Just like Vince Russo becoming an investor in Juggalo Championship Wrestling. I mean, cool. First and foremost, let's clarify something here. Scott and I are a wall of achievements for ATR. One of them, one of our greatest, I would say a top 3 achievement. We've been blocked by Vince Russo.
Yep.
I remember that.
Covering profile.
Because we burned the absolute shit out of him because he was talking trash for no goddamn reason. And we fired back at him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm burnt toast, guys, whatever." And then he blocked us. I'm like,
Bro.
whatever." Yeah, bro. Exactly. I forgot the bro. That's right. That's
Yeah.
I'm not as hip as Vince Russo is. Whatever.
So
Don't care.
it's interesting that you would use one promotion to then promote you investing in another. I don't understand. But also, that's kind of there's a lot of, and again, there's a lot of misinformation bullshit out there right now. Like we said with Mike Rotunda. Too many people are biting on this information. I don't like Vince Russo is a man of questionable ethics. So I mean, he's somebody I would take with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to throw his money around, that's whatever. He's earned it. You know, whether he did good work or not is, I guess, up to the eye of the beholder.
Subjective.
Yeah.
It is interesting. Okay, let's do this right now. All right. Vince McMahon changed wrestling.
Yes.
Despite what you think, the man changed the business.
Yeah.
He has questionable things going on right now.
Yep.
People see that, but people are still like, change the business.
Yep.
Hulk Hogan, the same thing, whether you want to, rest in peace, Hulk, whether you agree, he's still pretty much up here. John, I know you're a big fan, but I'll use him as an example. Jim Cornette, people, 50-50, whether they like him or not.
Mhm.
You look at Cornette and what he has done. He still looked up here. Vince Russo, for supposedly having such an impact on the Attitude Era, is almost always overlooked. Every documentary I've seen with Vince Russo, it starts with, oh yeah, he got hired by WCW after he got let go by WWF. There's no elaboration on what that man did during the Attitude Era, which I had to go look at. Like, what exactly he was involved in during that. Because I was like so confused on... For somebody who changed wrestling even higher than it was in the 80s, nobody cares about what he did in WWF. It's like, oh yeah, WCW 2000. That's your legacy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't he part of like just a giant list of writers during the Attitude Era? So it was just, he was there type of thing. But, is there anything that he actually did that stands out nowadays? I mean, if there was, and I just didn't know he was a producer of it, I would gladly,
And then that brief period of time he was in TNA, but nobody even really remembers that.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
According to Google AI, when it sums it up, Vince Russo wrote for WWF, creating storylines and angles that were a major factor in the company's success against WCW, including the formation of the DX, Stone Cold McMahon feud, Undertaker versus Kane rivalry, and the rise of The Rock. His writing style is characterized with Crash TV. Overall creative directions, Russo became head writer of WWF in late 97, is credited with spearheading the transition from a traditional wrestling show to one more adult-oriented, realistic, and dramatic storylines. He was involved with the creative direction for major rivalries such as Austin and McMahon, Undertaker and Kane, contributed to the rise of key stars like The Rock and the formation of DX, contribution characters like Val Venus and Sable. That makes more sense. Format, it doesn't really give you like, it's still very vague,
Right. Yeah.
you know. If you look at a lot of like people now or even further back, you can go, hey, yo, so and so produced this match, so and so was producing this, so and so produced the first hour of Raw back in, you know, this time in 99.
Right.
I think what's notable about him is that he was brought in with, and he just happened to be a writer, and just all the wacky stuff that he wrote or was a part of, a lot, not all, but like some of the stuff that he's written. I think that's what makes him notable, especially his self-booked in-ring career in WCW, where he made himself the champion.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's where, and that's, and to Sam's point, that's really what his legacy is. It's like when he was on television the most, and when he was booking stupid things in 2000 for WCW, and just like his stuff with Hulk, and it's just like, it's like any goodwill that you had accumulated from whatever you did in WWF, you bring it to WCW. Should have been able to capitalize on it, but you didn't. You made yourself the prime, like I made him the main character, I guess, if we want to talk about today's lingo and all that bullshit. He made himself the biggest deal, and the crowds didn't give a shit. And that's why WCW was gobbled up by Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon, and the goddamn invasion that WWE did at that time was better than all of WCW 2000, and that's saying a lot.
And now a lot of people look down on the invasion looking back, so that says a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that invasion could have been a lot better if they had the top stars actually there, but no, they sat on their guaranteed contracts at home, waited for those to run out, and then they go, oh, we need some more money, now we'll show up to work.
The only thing I would argue that's bigger than a Hulk Hogan tall tale is probably anything that comes out of Vince Russo's mouth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because there's definitely things that Hulk Hogan would say, like the whole, oh yeah, I tried out for the bassist of Metallica back in the day. He played bass. Yes. Your band. Yes. Did he try out for Metallica? Probably not.
No.
But anytime Vince Russo says something, I'm just like, I wasn't there, but also you probably weren't there either.
No, at least not in the capacity you're making it out to be.
Yeah.
But of course, my favorite thing when it comes to Vince Russo is Jim Cornette's responses.
Oh my God.
To Vince Russo.
That I have never seen. Listening to Jim Cornette, like I have never heard such disdain for another person before in my life. He hates this man.
I think he's gone on record of saying that he will piss on his grave if he wants to outlive Vince Russo long enough to go pee on his grave.
Yes, so, that is a fact. That is he calls
that is the disdain between these two men.
Doesn't even refer to him by a name. He calls him shit stain.
Yeah. Well, from Jim, that's a term of endearment. So.
Yeah, I don't know. But Russo, to me, I feel like as time goes on, he still does stuff. He's just like, dude, what are you doing?
He's just trying to be relevant.
he's up there with Uncle Dave, and where I just see like that he says something. I'm like, okay, what did he say now?
Here's
Like,
there is a difference though. I will push back, and this is a difference. Dave Meltzer, I would argue, even though he's a journalist, he will get sources from other people. And we've had this conversation. I don't know if you were on the episode we were talking about it, where I could tell you something, John. You could tell people something. And then everyone else is like, what are you talking about? That's not true. He could get sources lying to him for whatever reason, or, or like even the Rotunda stuff. This came from Barry Windham, his brother-in-law. A reliable source, technically.
Right.
Whereas we're getting it from Vince Russo, and you're blatantly lying about yourself. And
yeah,
everyone can go, you're not. So yes, Dave's questionable with his sources a lot. But I would argue that at least I can make the argument against Dave and go, what was his source? And how do I know his source isn't working against him? Because he definitely has gotten older, and a lot of people are moving away from Dave Meltzer where they could intentionally give him bullshit information.
Right.
yeah, that's
the only difference I would make between the two.
Yeah.
Whereas Vince, he just, the NWA thing, I'm just like,
yeah, that was just utter crap from from coming from him.
yeah, I don't.
Well, yeah, Dave. It's not like Vince was just being untruthful. I think Dave is not. He's not purposely untruthful. I don't think. There's other things about him too that really bother me, but I could go on a tangent.
Yeah, no, rightfully so. But like at least with Russo, I don't know. We're gonna continue to because I don't know. Did we? I got a new phone and I hadn't updated everything. We didn't retweet any of the things we're talking about right now, did we?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not that we've really spent time on there retweeting a lot.
Right.
All right.
I did live tweet Halloween Havoc, which I haven't done in quite a long time. So that was kind of refreshing. But then I also remembered, oh yeah, there's a lot to do here.
Well, let's I do have one other thing I did find. I'm gonna do a quick search. Was there anything else that anyone had on their mind right now?
I think another thing floating around currently that I feel like is BS is I see posts going around from different whatever Facebook pages or whatever wrestling ones that saying Chris Jericho is now signed with WWE. I'm like, no, he's not.
You've
He's
read my
not.
mind. You've read my mind because there's one talking about how he abandoned his Jericho Vortex trademark from last year.
Yes, I saw that.
Big
Yeah.
thing right now.
Well, earlier in the year when he kind of disappeared off AEW TV, he said, "Well, he's there until the end of this year, so he probably can't go back until sometime in 2026."
Right.
So that's not going to change. It's not like Tony's going to say, "Oh, okay, like go ahead." Like, and the only way I would semi believe it is like he's got an appearance at an upcoming Comic-Con that we know about.
Mm-hmm.
If he suddenly canceled that, then I would probably believe it because they can't have like WWE people don't do those things.
Well, I mean, they've loosened it a little bit, so they might be able to do some of those things, especially since it's just a Comic-Con. It's not like he's actually wrestling, so there's no possibility of him being hurt. But if his contract does run until the end of this year, then that's a possibility for a Rumble surprise, which I would be completely okay with if he wants to have a final run in WWE and finish out his career and be done with it, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like go ahead. No, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say that I think he's definitely going to go back. I feel like that's certain, but right now, no, he's not. Not right now.
No, I think this is. I would put money down on it. He shows up at the Rumble at Saudi Blood Royale in 26. I mean, because again, everything's a blur. I don't remember who I talked to what about. Tony Khan was on Busted Open Radio within the past week and pretty much literally said verbatim, he's always welcome back in AEW. Which to me, if he wasn't leaving, and again, yes, contract is still till the end of the year. So he can't go anywhere. This isn't an Andrade situation here.
I was going to make the joke, but I'm like, no, I'll just leave it alone.
No, I think Chris has been in the business, where he ends up, he's smart enough to do business.
Yeah.
But to me, this says that he's not re-signing because almost everyone else is like, oh no, they're going to be here for a while, or we got a long tenure with this person. And you know what? Chris has done his dues, whether it's been WCW or reinvented himself in WWE, or despite what people think, I mean, he's been with AEW since the start. He is a foundation to that company. And again, not just a backyard company, not just the one that has mediocre ratings, one that got onto primetime TV immediately, which is big. I would still say is a big deal for them. They lose that, then we can have a conversation about them, going down the tubes. However, Chris can do whatever he wants. He's what, 50, 55?
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Yeah.
He'll probably do Hall of Fame. Probably get his 1 or 2 years in, retire in the E. Not everyone needs to stay in WWE when they retire. Look at Sting. I don't think Sting wants to go back. I'm convinced.
Well, they didn't exactly treat him. I shouldn't say treat him, but they didn't exactly.
It ended
push
weirdly.
him the way I feel like he should have been deserved. I still feel like he should have beaten Triple H at that Mania.
I think everyone does.
Yeah. And it's just like, it was cool to see the DX and NWO thing. It's like, oh my God, it's like we're back in 96, 97, but it's like 20 years too late, guys. What the hell? Like, these guys need, like walkers to get to the ring at this point. Like, what the hell?
And then the injury he suffered from the match with Seth Rollins didn't help either. Actually, that was a big thing. That didn't help.
Yeah, Seth got a lot of heat for that for many years.
Yeah.
They even said, like, it's just a bad bump. It's not Seth's fault. It just happened.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
The irony, and no offense to Seth here, but the irony is he's himself has been plagued with plenty of injuries.
Yeah, in his career, absolutely. Especially the current one with his shoulder.
Well, unfortunately, he kind of dug himself a hole here because he did the fooled everybody injury and then just dropped the crutches or whatever, and now he's really hurt and nobody believes him.
I know. And it's too bad though. Like, I feel like the Vision was actually gaining good traction with Seth at the helm, because I read that there was some rumors that they were going to add more people. Austin Theory's name was supposed to get thrown around because that was supposed to lead into War Games, which is happening next month.
Yep.
So, but now with Seth out, we'll see what happens. I would hope that Paul would be able to start bringing more people in. Obviously, I don't feel like Austin Theory is going to be part of it, because Austin has previous ties with Seth, because I believe he was one of his disciples back when Seth was the what the hell would they call it? What did he call himself?
Something Messiah.
Yeah, the Messiah. Thank you. So he had some ties with that, because now that Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are no longer a tag team, it'd be a nice way to throw him back into the mix. But I don't know. I'm a little behind. I haven't watched Raw or NXT or even last week's SmackDown, so I don't know what's been happening ever since. I know that they did a Battle Royal a couple weeks ago. So now it's going to be Jey Uso versus CM Punk at Saturday night's main event for the vacant heavyweight championship. So that'll be fun. But other than that, that, and unfortunately with Sol Ruka getting her legitimately injured, she was stripped of both of her titles. So it's a sad time for injuries, especially around this time, because this is you're getting close to that final push to get into Mania season. So you don't want long-term injuries, because you want to be able to perform at your best when it comes to the biggest time of the year.
Yeah, agreed. Sorry, posts had just come up at the same time right now. Matt Cardona posting, should I sell these or what? Just kidding. Celebrating Manswater and Steph Delander's wedding. It's him holding their wedding rings. Like, should I sell these?
Nice.
Hysterical. All right. I know this is a little shorter than normal. We got anything else? No?
Not really.
That's it.
Just
You know what's
tune in
gonna happen?
Saturday. We'll be
We're
having
gonna-
our next our live stream
Follow
for
up Saturday.
Saturday night's main commercials.
And what'll happen is we're recording this on Wednesday. We're recording it early. We will probably get news on tomorrow.
Yep, probably, because that's normally how this works. So I'm sure we'll have ourselves a news segment during the commercials, because there'll be plenty of them. So if John or Ethan are on with me, then yeah, I'm sure we'll chit chat about it and we'll see what's going on. Maybe we can bring back the AI things that we did like years ago for Dynamite.
Oh, that would be funny. Yeah.
Especially nowadays, it's like, I mean, shit. I mean, AI's improved a lot since back then, so this might be a lot more fun. So,
Oh, man.
so stay tuned, people. This it'll be a good time.
Ooh, you have an idea, Scott. I like this idea. We're gonna have to take this offline. All right, John, tell people where they can find you at.
I am working on the Twitter or the X thing.
It's already joke at this point.
I tried today. It's doing some weird thing with an authenticator app that I gotta figure out. But
Oh,
I'm working on it. I'll be back on there hopefully soon.
all right. And you also have your thing on what is it?
Facebook.
Facebook
Oh yeah, my quick movie reviews for all the new movies coming out as I see them. It's called Lamped, LAMP''D. Yeah, right on Facebook for quick 1-minute reviews.
And Scott, where can people find you at?
Pretty much everywhere is Scotty J Stream. Trying to become a little more active on X when I'm not at my 9 to 5. So we'll see what's going on. Like I said, I had live tweeted Halloween Havoc this past weekend, so that was fun to get back involved. You know, chit chat with other people online and whatnot. So we might see me doing that a little bit more. Obviously, like we said, Saturday we'll be live streaming Saturday night's main event, and after that we'll be doing it again on the 13th for John Cena's final show, and then we'll probably tailspin that into Final Bedlam. So it's what, Final Bedlam 5
or 6?
5 or 6. I know, I gotta look at the numbers. It's a bit insane. Yeah, but yeah.
Yep. All right. You can find me as the FSOB official on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I also handle the Bedlam Media page, which has been dormant. It's been crazy. It's been a year. I will just say that. We're on all streaming platforms. Please make sure you find us on them. Leave a like, comment, review. If you cannot find us on there, let us know. We'll put ourselves on there. Tell people why Bedlam Media and Above the Ring is a podcast of your choosing, why they should listen to us as well. Guys, we have plenty of time, but we're just going to call it quits early. As always, folks, do not forget to join the Bedlam.
Thanks, guys.